To the NBA playoffs, and the Spurs and Blazers tied at 1 game apiece as their series shifts to Portland for tonight's Game 3. The big question, of course, is will Victor Wembanyama play? He's questionable after suffering a concussion on Tuesday night. Wemby did travel with the team and, according to Coach Mitch Johnson, is progressing through the NBA's concussion protocol. NBA writer Michael C. Wright with us now from Spurs practice. Michael, what can you tell us about Wemby's status for tonight?
Well, I can just tell you right now, he's officially listed as questionable. And that's sort of a positive indication that Victor is progressing through the concussion protocol the way that they want him to. Now, right over here, the Spurs are taking part in shoot around, and they haven't opened it up yet. So here in a few minutes, we should be able to see if Victor is actually on the floor with his team. But look, the league protocol is a straightforward thing. The concussion protocol is a straightforward thing. He's going to have to pass a bunch of benchmarks and different tests that are administered between the team's medical staff and the league. And then once that all happens, he's still got to get clearance. And I was told by someone within the organization that he's got to feel comfortable, the team has to feel comfortable, and the doctors have to feel comfortable about putting him back out there. So it's a step-by-step process, and he is progressing nicely.
Okay, we will let you go watch practice. Michael C. Wright, thank you for that update. Appreciate you so much. All right, so the Spurs have unsurprisingly been much better with Wemby manning the middle. Their offensive rating in the regular season was 6 points better with him on the court, while their defensive rating improved by 10 points with the Defensive Player of the Year. Basketball analyst Chiney Ogwumike with us now. All right, Chiney, if Wemby can't go tonight, how do the Spurs win Game 3?
Jay, this will be a tall task for the San Antonio Spurs to win Game 3 up against a Portland Trailblazers squad that's playing good basketball. And yes, the pun is intended, especially without Victor Wembanyama. But moving forward, I have my eye on De'Aaron Fox. He is a true young veteran. And I say young because he plays like a player with young legs, even though he's got 9 seasons in the NBA. He's a 2-time All-Star. He was an All-Star this year. And most importantly, he can do it on both ends of the floor and galvanize his squad full of Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, a number of players that need to play well, especially their backcourt. Don't sleep on the fact that he was the 2023, I believe, Clutch Player of the Year. Don't sleep on the fact that he has led the NBA 1 year in steals. And most importantly, don't sleep on the fact that he went toe-to-toe versus Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors when he was a member of the Sacramento Kings. So look to him to lead right now, especially this young backcourt.
Just don't sleep. Don't sleep at all, because there are too many facts.
Yeah, don't sleep at all.
You don't want to sleep. Nope. Much more with Chiney in a bit on last night's Game 3. Chiney, thank you very much. Chiney's not going to sleep. Neither of us will sleep. Still ahead on SportsCenter. Live reports from Houston and Philly as we look ahead to tonight. Plus, Chiney is back to answer the question, what the heck is up with the Knicks? SportsCenter, Knicks-Hawks Game 3 in Atlanta last night. Series tied at 1, 24 seconds to go. Knicks up 1. Jalen Brunson with a drive. Tough shot. He's going to put it up. That's it, air ball. Shot clock violation. Hawks get the ball. 16 seconds on the clock. Still a 1-point game. C.J. McCollum. Step back. Got it. Clutch shot from him. He was 5 for 7 from the line, so he also made his free throws. Hawks go up 1. 9 seconds left. Knicks down 1. Final possession. Josh Hart to Brunson. Brunson driving baseline. I don't know what that play was. Hawks now have the ball, and this game is over. 109-108 Atlanta. Watch it again. Atlanta up 2-1 in the series. Here's Jalen Brunson after the game with reporters.
Jalen, obviously a tough loss. Can you walk us through what you, I guess, saw in the last 2 possessions there down the stretch?
Wish I had a better answer for you. I got nothing right now.
Nope, nothing. Chiney Ogwumike back with us. Chiney, what's the biggest concern for the Knicks right now?
Jay, the New York Knicks need to remember what our moms told us growing up. You remember, Jay, you play with fire, you get burned. You touch that stove, you're going to feel the heat. Well, they've been playing with fire, especially late in games. They feel comfortable. Oh, it's okay, that our lead is dwindling or that we even never led this game. Down the stretch, we have a closer. Well, guess what? The closer in this series has been a guy by the name of C.J. McCollum, who's had 81 points through 3 games. He has been the closer. Multitude of issues, multitude multitude of red flags for the New York Knicks, including not exploiting their mismatches down the stretch. How are you going to let Jonathan Kuminga guard Karl Anthony Towns down the stretch and not run offense and have Karl Anthony Towns punish him on the block? And then on top of that, if you think about it, Mikal Bridges had this many points. His first ever postseason game with this many points. A multitude of problems happening right now for the New York Knicks. They have to play with pride moving forward and also make sure they treat every possession like it's their last, because it could be very soon.
Could be. And just a reminder from my personal researcher, Bryce Harris, it's Knicks Hawks, because the Boston Celtics bench beat the Orlando Magic starters on the last day of the season and changed the playoff seedings. It would have been New York and Toronto, and the Knicks have won the last 13 games against the Raptors. Matchup thing. I'm just saying. Also, last night, Chiney, the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets 113-96 in Game 3 to take a 2-1 series there. What's been the story of this series so far?
It has been yes, from the Frenchman. Yes, his play has been sensational. It's been phenomenal. You have a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year going up against a 3-time MVP. And right now, defense is the reason why you're winning games. Give plenty of credit to Rudy Gobert for limiting Nikola Jokic. So far in this series, while Rudy Gobert is guarding him, he is shooting Jokic 13 for 40 from the field and 4 of 19 from 3. And the reason why I love Gobert's defense is that you don't have to send a double team. Typically, the gravitational pull that Jokic has surrounded by the shooters means you have to throw everybody and your mama and your kitchen sink at that MVP. But instead, he's so good defensively that you can have him in single coverage. So the Timberwolves have full control right now, playing at home in the series, and it's largely due to the defensive effort of Rudy Gobert.
Just imagine us throwing our mamas in the kitchen sink.
No. We don't want to really do this. It's just metaphorically, okay? Like everybody and their mama, and then also the kitchen sink, metaphorically. I love it.
The Knicks and the Hawks resume their playoff series tonight, tied at 1 apiece. New York blew a 12-point fourth quarter lead in Game 2. Atlanta guard C.J. McCollum went right at Jalen Brunson down the stretch, making some key buckets and raising questions about the Knicks star's defense. One could argue Game 3 is the most crucial of the series, and that is because when a best-of-7 series is tied 1-1, the winner of Game 3 goes on to win the series 74% of the time. It's especially important for the Knicks, who are 7-1 in series when winning Game 3 in that scenario, compared to just 3-11 when they lose. NBA senior writer Vince Goodwill joins us live from Atlanta. Okay, so Vince, the Knicks, they were favored heading into the first round. Now it feels like it's any one series. So how is New York handling the pressure ahead of a crucial Game 3?
Well, Christine, it's not a situation that is unfamiliar to the New York Knicks. If you remember last year in the first round, they were tied 1-1 with the Detroit Pistons. Similar situation, won Game 1, lost Game 2. They went into Detroit, won both games that weekend, and came away with a 3-1 lead, won that series in 6 games. Jalen Brunson, who's usually stoic, said it's a roller coaster of emotions. He said they have to handle the pace of the fourth quarter better. They only scored 15 points in the fourth quarter of Game 2, opening the door for the Hawks to come back.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do tonight. You just released an article that goes in depth on the relationship between Karl Anthony Towns and this Knicks organization. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, it's been an ongoing thing between Karl Towns and Mike Brown as far as figuring out where he fits in the Knicks offense. If you look at the numbers say he's having one of his worst seasons of his career as far as usage. And even though the Knicks are still a top 5 offense, they want to get more out of Towns. They use him in spurts like they did in Game 2. They did that in Game 1 as well. So it's been an ongoing process. And Mike Brown has even admitted, I've never had to make as much changes to my offense and defense to accommodate my players from start to finish the way I've had this year. And that points directly to Karl Anthony Towns.
And we know that Kat wants to stay in New York, so we'll hopefully be able to figure that out. You can read the full article on ESPN.com. And of course,